So I'm putting together a video on my favorite paintbrushes, specifically oil paintbrushes. And the reason I'm doing this is because, for other amateurs like myself who haven't gone to an art college where they are told secrets of, which are the best paintbrushes to buy and the reasons why. For those who are putting the money out and struggling, through hands-on experience to find out which is the best brush. I wanted to introduce my favorite go-to brushes that will hopefully other people would like to. My first favorite paintbrush is the Escoda Clasico number 18, which is a round, fairly large. Are you able to? Is that too close? Is that okay? I start most of my paintings with this brush. It holds a lot of paint. It's kind of a pain in the butt to clean, but this is a great starter brush. So that's a number 18 Clasico round. This is the number 16, also Clasico, which is a Filbert. This is another great brush I'm always reaching for. I find it really holds its shape well when I use it. It's fairly large, so I can cover a lot of ground, but at the same time, the round edge I can do. I'm surprised how much detail I can get with this. It's a really good brush. So that's the number 16 Filbert. Do you ever use fan brushes, Ziggy?
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah. When I'm painting trees and bushes.
But you're just with acrylics, though, right?
Yeah, just acrylics.
And you find that they handle well for the...
Yeah. They're pretty good. When you're doing covering areas, it's a good brush to use. when you're doing bushes and trees and stuff like that.
I forgot to mention. Did I say that this is that these are hog bristles? This is hog bristles. Did you ever use Clasico series with acrylics?
Only when I'm doing large scale.
Okay. Because I heard you're not supposed to really use hog with acrylic because
Right.
they're not really good with water.
Yeah.
But some people do.
There's
Anyways.
even acrylic oil too, right? So, water acrylic. I mean, sorry, oil and water, water-based oil paints.
Oh, okay.
So.
So I bought the smallest fan. This is the number 2 Escoda Clasico hog bristle, and I was completely blown away. The painting you bought from me, Ziggy, was largely done with this brush. You can get a amazing straight line this way. It's the detail is surprising what you can get with this. This is the best fan brush I've ever used, actually. I tried to get a shorter one. I thought maybe if the bristles were shorter, I could get more detail. But I was surprised that actually the longer. I'm still reaching for this one, despite I got this Leonardo da Vinci number 1, series 403. It is, I think I paid $20 for this. It's still good, but this one's the best.
Now, do you use that for detail, or do you use it for just to try to cover as much space as you can when you're on the...
I'd like to use this near the beginning of the picture. I find it, with landscape. I mean, you could use it with portraits, right? But my brain sort of connects more with, like, if you're doing like with the tree leaves. I don't know if you that's what you're mostly using it for. I don't know. I just found landscape is.
It's mainly used for landscaping.
Yeah.
You can't use it for anything, portraits or...
You can use it for anything if you want. It's good to swish around like this too. Another good brush. It's a Kolinsky Sable brush by Rosemary. This is their smallest, number 1. It's good price too. I think I paid $15, which is really good. Series 52. You see this one?
Is it a round brush?
Yes, sir. Probably my favorite brush to hold is this one. In my hand, this feels like the most comfortable brush. Also, even to look at, in terms of construction. This is by Escoda, 2410. I believe it's called the Optimo. This is the number 8 round. Kolinsky Sable.
So the bristles, are they used different? Like some are synthetic for different. Is it the different types of mediums? Depending on the medium, you use different kind of bristles, like.
Well, from what I've heard and what I read, I've read that the natural brushes are more for the oil paints,
Right.
and then synthetic is more for the acrylic. I mean,
Right.
but people don't stick to that, right? This is great for it comes to a sharp point. It's got some firmness to the so it's not too floppy. It's not as sharp. It's not as stiff as the hog, but it's you're going to get more detail than a hog. I had trouble finding these brushes. I see them online in U.S., but they're very overpriced. but I haven't checked for a couple of years. Maybe they're easier to get now. But Series 2410. This is a Pure Badger Series 1690. You know, it's not just this series, not just 1690, but all the Da Vinci Pure Badgers. I've tried, you know, a variety of them. They're all fantastic. You know, if you've never tried this series, their Da Vinci Pure Badger with oils, they're incredible. This is an incredible brush. They are expensive. I got them on sale at Amazon. It's a beautiful brush, nice red. You know, it's.
How much is a brush like that if you went to the store? Retail price.
Above ground, this number 16 round, they would probably be selling this. I'm just guessing $40 for this. You know?
Wow.
It's very good for blending.
Yeah.
It's stiff. It's got some stiffness to it. The brush really flares when you wash it. So I mean, and it gets sharper when you start working with the oil, right? But you know, in terms of, you know, very precise detail. You know, obviously look at this round compared, you know, when this is wet and this one's wet,
right,
this is going to be a lot sharper.
Right.
You know, yeah. But for blending, this is an incredible brush. If you read the reviews, everybody who's tried this will say it's worth, you know, every cent of this brush. So now I'm just going to get into the finer detail, the brushes that I find are good for detail. This is the number 8 Hog Clasico series. This is a Filbert. The short Filbert, I'll tell you the series. Filbert is series 4729, and short Filbert is 4528. Both of them are excellent for when you're getting into more detail. I find it really holds its shape well. It comes to, you know, a fairly decent point. You can get pretty fairly sharp lines going up and down, or, you know, side to side. So it's pretty versatile brush.
Yeah.
And it's got the, you know, the firmness, so you can work faster than a Sable brush when you're you know, getting down to the detail. This has been discontinued, this brush. It's by Sable. Their rounds, number 6, number 4, number 2, are what I use for getting my detail. It's black Sable, so it's fairly stiffer than the Kolinsky Sable, but you don't have the detail of the Kolinsky Sable, but you can get more detail than a Hog. This
right.
is series 6125, the rounds. The 6 and the number 4, the number 2. This whole series, the whole black Sable Sables that have been discontinued are excellent for, you know, getting down to your detail.
Detailing it.
Yeah. Do you know how we're doing for time?
18 minutes.
18 minutes, okay. Almost finished here. The best brush for detail that I found, I believe they're also discontinued too, is RAPHAEL 882. They are called a long round. They seem to behave like a liner almost, but they come to an incredible sharp point. I recommend, I have the number 6, the number 4, the number 2. The number 4 and the number 2, you can get the thinnest line I've ever been able to get with any brush.
Do you use Winsor Newton? Like, how do you compare those to other brands out there? Do you find the difference in the performance of each brush, or
When I first started
depending on its brands?
When I first started paintings, I went to Curry's and they gave me the Winsor Newton paintbrushes, and originally I was doing all my oils in synthetic. I don't find the synthetics don't come to as good a point as the Sable.
Right.
Some of them are the very small ones, not too bad, but I haven't worked with a lot of Winsor Newton paintbrushes in many years. In fact, I don't think I have any. Any right now here.
More for amateurs.
I wouldn't know. I know they have some good brushes, and they do sell the Kolinsky Sable. The Winsor Newton makes the best Series 7 watercolor from
Right.
England, right?
Right.
And they also have this new lower version of that I haven't tried, but no, I think they do have some good brushes. My last one I'm going to show you here. Da Vinci Maestro 2. This is an extra short bright. Series 7223. This is a brush. Okay. I got them on sale. They were like maybe $12, $13 each. Right? I got the smallest, this very smallest sizes. If you like, this is the number 1. If you can see how tiny that tip is.
Right.
And this is made of hog. So it's an.
What would you use that for?
You use this like I use this when I'm like doing eyes.
Eyes, yeah.
Like when you're doing the pupil and I would use the smallest number 2 black Sable for eyelashes, right? This will get to my sharpest point, but if I'm doing like eyebrows, small and
Yeah.
and the
Details in the hair, stuff like that.
yeah, details in the hair, they're great. And the thing is like when you're for example, you're getting a straight line with RAPHAEL, this is so floppy, this is good for long horizontal lines, right? Where this can't achieve that, but with this floppiness, it's you don't have the same speed when you're doing tiny amounts of blending. There's not really good blending detail, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you can like scribble eyebrows and do some. You can do some good shading and really sharp corners.
Right.
So those are my favorite go-to brushes.
Okay.
Did you have any questions or things I sort of missed?
I think you explained it pretty good. each paintbrush, yeah. I mean, it's pretty good. Is there anything else you want to let us know?
Thinking. I just wanted to say, like, I know you're a fan of acrylic, right? this is the reason why I can't get out of oil, because I have too many favorite brushes that
Right.
seem to perform good with oil. That's why I.
Yeah, yeah. It's whatever you feel most comfortable with.
Mhm.
Yeah, definitely.
That's it.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.